Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Welcome you all in the virtual learning system of Pakistan International School, Taif, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This is Pakistan International School, Taif, virtual class for class second year student, subject computer science, and this is our first lecture. Teacher name is Imran Ahmed. First of all, I welcome you all to promote in the second year class. I hope so, inshallah. You will prepare and you will do your best, and I will do my best to teach you in a virtual class. Okay, for today's lecture or for onwards, you need something for your course, about your course. I don't have your book right now. I download 3 chapters from, I show you. This is a textbook of computer science for grade second year. Watch over at the screen. The book is for National Book Foundation, Federal Textbook Board, Islamabad. So I hope all of you have this book to continue your course. If you don't have, purchase it from our school shop, book shop, you can get it very easily. If there is not available, then you can download this book from where? From, I show you from over here, you can download only 3 chapters. I am writing the second year book, Computer Science National Book Foundation, Islamabad. This is my search. Watch over at the top. I find Computer Science National Book Foundation. Whenever I click over here, this book will become, and it contains only 3 chapters, not whole book. Whole book you cannot download, only you can download first 3 chapters of this book. So this is your course contents, and how you can download from this download button, you can download from over here. Okay, about the course contents. About the course content, this is your table of contents. Chapter 1 is operating system introduction, operating system functions, process management. Overall, in this chapter, we will discuss about these topics. I have notes. I have the notes about this chapter. Inshallah, we will study, and I checked all the notes will cover all these topics. If anyone will left not included in the notes, we will study from the book. Then you can make it easy. It will be make it easy for you. Second chapter will be system development life cycle, which is called SDLC. Okay, first 2 chapters, chapter number 1 and chapter number 2, belongs to your previous courses. Previous courses means you have studied this chapter operating system in class 9 and also SDLC in class 9. SDLC means System Development Life Cycle. You already study in class 9 course, as well as operating system chapter you also study in the first year book, and also this topic System Development Life Cycle in first year book. You also have to study about these topics. I don't know why they include again, because already you have have the knowledge about it. Anyway, the further topics or the further chapter is about the C++ language. Chapter number 3 is object-oriented programming in C++. Now, from chapter 3 to onward, totally contains the C++ chapters, in which you need something IDE for the programming. So this is the programming area of your book. So first two chapter belongs to theoretical. For first two chapter belongs to theory, and the rest of the chapter belongs to practical. Practical we will do, inshallah. We will try our best to do the practical over here. I will show you all the things. I will show you complete the programs, how to attempt the program, how to run the program over on virtual class. Chapter 4 is same, belongs to the chapter 3. Chapter 5 is also belongs to chapter 4 and chapter 3. So in C++, each and every chapter belongs to each and every one topic. So if any student left the any topic, he must study the first one topic, then he can continue the second one topic. So chapter 6 is functions. What is the function? We will discuss when we start. So this is the functions about the C++. 7 is also pointers, belongs to C++, and objects and classes. This one is also C++. Chapter number 9 also belongs to file handling, belongs to C++. It means that first two chapter is different one from the rest of the book. First chapter is operating system. Although this chapter you have studied in the class 9 course, and this also you have studied in the class 9 course and also in the first year course as well. Okay, comes to the point. This is your first chapter, operating system. Chapter number 1, first chapter, operating. After studying this chapter, what you will be, after completing this lesson, you will be able to, what you will be know, define operating system. It means that after completing, you must know about the operating system, describe commonly used operating system, explain the following types of, and these are the types of operating system we will explain one by one in detail or in this chapter. So I open the notes right now, then we will check. View, zoom in. So this is the chapter number 1, operating system. First question of your course is, what is operating system? Mention the task performed by operating system. The definition, before starting the definition, try to understand this diagram. What is an operating system? Simply, I will give you the example. Operating system, I am not defining that this topic, I am defining this diagram. Operating system is an interface. Watch over here, this one is an interface between what? Interface between user and computer, or you can say that operating system is an interface between user and computer. I'll give you the example. You have mobile at your hand. So Android or iOS, what are these? These are called the operating. If you remove the Android, if you remove the Android operating system from your mobile, then what happened? It means that user cannot communicate with the computer or with the device like mobile. So operating system is an interface between what? Operating system is an interface between user and computer. Okay, the definition of an operating system is a type of system software. So it belongs to the operating system belongs to the system software. In class 9 and in class first year, we study what is system software. So system software belongs to the hardware. Hardware means if I remove that software, we cannot operate our devices. Like if I remove the operating system, I cannot open my computer, I cannot use my computer. If you remove the Android operating system from your mobile, then what happened? Then you cannot use your mobile. Or if you remove any device drivers from your computer or from your from your any device, then what happened? So you cannot operate that device. An operating system is a type of system software. So all of these system software belongs to the nearly related with the hardware that manages all operations and components of computer system. It means that this is computer, and many components are attached with the computer. Many components means hardware like input devices, output devices. Software means like other programs, MS Word, MS Office, C++, Java, etc. So who is managing? Operating system is responsible to manage all of these components. Components is input devices, output devices. Operation and components of a computer system. It is the most important software. What is? Operating system is most important software that runs on a computer. So without operating system, computer is just dump of metal. We can say that. Without operating system, if I remove the operating system, if I remove the Windows from my computer, what happened? It's just like a dump of metal. I cannot use that system. So without, it is the most important software that runs on a computer. A computer cannot perform any task without an operating system. It must be installed on every computer. It means that operating system must be installed in each and every computer. An operating system acts as an interface. Watch over here. Operating system is acts an interface between user and computer. Over here, you can use the word system is better. It allows a user to interact with the computer, which, so this one over here, the user is sitting and operating system is on the computer. So with the help of operating system, user can interact with the computer. The user cannot run any program without operating system. Obviously, when you don't have any operating system installed and your computer, it means that when you don't have the Windows operating system at your computer, what happened? You cannot operate your computer or you cannot install anything at your computer. The operating system loads in RAM automatically when the computer is turned on. What happened? When I click on the power button of my CPU, what happened? When I click the power button of CPU, then some programs are loaded in ROM, already loaded in ROM. So watch over there, some programs are loading at the starting of the computer. After loading that, it means that your operating system files will also be loaded, as well as ROM is loading, as well as RAM is loaded. Some programs, some files of operating system into RAM. So the operating system loads in RAM automatically when the computer is turned on. So this is the diagram. You must draw this diagram with this question to understand this one, and this one is a very, very important diagram. User interaction with the computer via operating system. Examples. Now, what are the examples? Excuse me. Example. Some example of operating systems are as follows. Microsoft Windows, which we are using at our computer in our labs, computer labs. We are using this window, Microsoft Windows. Next one is Linux. Linux is open source operating system. We will discuss later. Unix, Mac operating system. This operating system is designed for Mac, is designed for Apple products, and Android operating system. And Android operating system is designed for mobiles. So BlackBerry operating system is also present nowadays. BlackBerry and various different kind of operating systems are available. So in the computer, mostly in our computer system, mostly we use Microsoft Windows, but in other countries like European countries, they use mostly Linux. They use Linux. We are familiar with the Microsoft Windows. Okay, important task of operating system. Some important tasks performed by operating system are as follows. What? Number one, it loads program into main memory and execute them. First of all, it loads programs into main memory. Main memory means RAM. Over here, we will assume that main memory is RAM. Although main ROM is also a main memory, RAM and ROM cache is also a main memory, but over here we will assume main memory as RAM. It loads program into RAM or main memory and execute them. So operating system loads the different program. For example, when you open MS Word, first of all, its exe will be loaded where? Into main memory, means in RAM. Then it will be, you can use. Otherwise, if you watch over there, if you have low RAM means, let's say you have 1 GB RAM you are using in your computer. What happened? Your mobile will be performed slowly. So slowly means some programs are loaded into the RAM. That's why they are running slowly. Many times it happens when you open many programs at the same time, your computer is hang. Why it becomes hang? Why? Because RAM, your capacity of RAM is not that much and you're loading many programs. That's why your computer will be hanged. Okay, next feature. It provides user interface. It provides user interface. Operating system provide a user interface, or two kinds of user interface: graphical user interface and text-based command-based interface. Okay, next feature or next important task of operating system is it controls the operations of all devices. It controls the operations of all devices. All devices mean input devices and output devices. Watch over here, mouse cursor is moving on the screen. If I remove the operating system from my computer, from my laptop, then what happened? Can I use the mouse device? Can I use the keyboard device? Or can I use the printer device? No, obviously not. So it controls whole the operations of input and output devices are controlled by operating system. It manages the file and folder on storage devices. Watch over here, manages the file and folder. These are my files and folders are present over here. These are the folders. So operating system is responsible to manage these things. It manages the files and folders on storage devices such as hard disk and USB, flash drive, etc. So if you have flash drive, you make the folders over there with easily with the help of operating system. It allows multitasking to execute multiple tasks at the same time. Multitasking, what is multitasking? Later topic will become, we will discuss in detail, very detail in this topic. And multiple task, and for over here I will give the example. Multiple task is the you are using the two program at the same time. So this one is called the multiple tasking, multiple task. Next point, it performs networking operations that allows the user communicate over the network and share computer resources such as CPU, main memory, hard disk, and pointer, etc., and printer, etc. So over the network, if you have the network at your home, you can share printer with the different devices. Different devices mean you can use with the mobile, and you can also use that device with computer or with laptop. So different devices. It maintains the security of the computer through username and password. When you power on, check there are two user in the our computer lab. One is administrator user. I put the password over there, and one is student user. That user is open for all, so every student can sit and use. So I can manage, and you can also manage your computer system with the help of username and passwords. So who will apply the username and password? So we apply with the help of operating system. It identifies the hardware of problem and display messages to solve them. Whenever your hardware failure, let's say you plug in or USB port, you buy a new keyboard, you plug in and it is not, so over at the bottom right corner of taskbar, a message is appeared, new hardware found. So automatically it starts automatically it installing the drivers. If the driver is not found, then it will display you a message, your device is not working properly. So this is the task performed by operating system. Next topic, discuss some commonly used operating system. Commonly used operating systems. So over there, we have discussed Windows operating system, Microsoft operating, Linux, Unix, Mac operating system, Android operating system. So one by one, we will explain them. Commonly used operating system includes DOS, Windows, Mac operating system, Unix, and Linux. So a DOS stand for Disk Operating System. It was developed in 1970s when microcomputer was introduced. It was called Disk Operating System because the entire operating system could be stored on a single floppy disk. Floppy disk. The capacity of floppy disk is how much? Ask from yourself. Okay, 1.44 MB. It means that nearly half, 1.5 MB, megabyte, not a gigabyte. The capacity of a floppy disk is 1. So about uh, before the USB device, most of the person uses the floppy disk. So but its capacity was very low. Very low means its capacity was one only MB. You cannot store a single song. You cannot save a single song in a floppy disk, but you can only store few files of MS Word text files, not a video files. You can save only few files on the floppy disk. It has been, we were discussing about the DOS. It has been used on microcomputer, means PC. Our personal computers are called microcomputer. You can call laptop is a micro for many years. Many years means before Windows operating system, what we were using in our computer labs, we were using DOS. It was replaced by more user-friendly operating system. Watch over here. It was replaced. It means that DOS was replaced by more user-friendly operating system called Windows in early 1990s. Early 1990s. So Windows was started for early 1990s. We will discuss the versions of Windows very detailed in the next topic. DOS is a single user and single tasking operating system. Single user, it means that only one user can use the PC. If the PC is installed a DOS, no Windows is over there, only one user can use the DOS computer. It allows only one user to perform a task at a time on the computer. DOS is command line. Command, watch over in the diagram. This is what over here you will type the different commands. Let me show over here. Okay, I think if I share the something DOS prompt, your screen will be skipped. So try to understand over here. Watch over. This is the cursor is blinking. In the run menu, you will type in the run menu of your computer. You will type MS-DOS or CMD. You will have to type what? CMD. When you type CMD, what happened? This screen will become. Then if you know the commands of MS-DOS, you can perform the DOS commands. Let's say I will give you the example of few commands. CD. CD means change directory. dir, directory represent. For copy, we will write the copy, and md command is used for the make directory. So different commands are used, different commands are we can apply, but we cannot use the mouse over there. Only we will use the uh, keyboard, and we will perform the different operation. DOS is a command line operating system. Its interface is not very user friendly. Watch over here. It is very difficult to remember those commands, because after 20 years back, if I say I know all of the commands and I have the complete hold in MS-DOS, but nowadays I don't know much more about the MS-DOS, but still few commands are in my mind. So it is very difficult. Its interface is not user friendly. The user has to type the commands to interact with the computer system. So if you want to make or interact with the computer, you will have to type the commands over here at this place. It can be difficult for the beginners to learn, but it also difficult to beginners to learn. Many commands, there are many commands are there to revise them, memorize and use these commands. So if I memorize those commands, so although I know few command, but how to apply? So it is also difficult to revise them and memorize them, these commands. This one is the DOS and this is the DOS. Some example of DOS commands are, okay, over here, example of dir. Watch over here, dir. It is used to display all files and subdirectories of current directory. dir. Directories means folders. cd. It is used to change directory. Let's say directory means one folder you have open, you will cross in that folder, then you will open another folder with the help of Windows operating system. It is easy in the Windows operating system, but it was very difficult to change from one folder to another folder. We use that command, cd command. Same next command is copy command. It is used to copy files from one place to another place. In Windows operating system, what you have done, like right click over here, copy option is present, copy, and where you want to paste, and you will paste over there. In Windows, it is very easy because you are performing different tasks with the help of mouse as well as keyboard. But over here, it is very difficult to use a copy command. Rename command. Rename command means if you want to remove the rename the name of file or folder, so you will use this command in MS-DOS. Del command. Del command is used for which purpose? It is used for delete purpose. Deletion. Deletion. If whatever, if the some extra folders or files are present in your computer system, what you have done, we will delete them. But over there in the Windows, it is easy. But over here, it is very difficult task. Next command is format. Format. What you have done, if you purchase a new USB, what you have done, first of all, you format them. So in the Windows, it is very easy. But if you want to format any drive like C drive or D drive or whatever you, so you will apply this format commands. Okay, I think today lecture is enough. You will have to revise all this question answer, but most essential is this: you must have your books at your hand if you want to revise your course and topics. Inshallah, tomorrow we will discuss the next topics. Till then, take care and Allah Hafiz.